figured I would do a little tour of the orchard. So there's the chicken yard, and if you walk out here, I've cut pathways through the back field. There's the garden over there, and if you come along this pathway and out to the orchard. So this is going to become a food forest. Trees were planted last year, and a couple berry bushes. So we'll start off with the first one here, which is a peach tree, a Reliance peach. That's this being right there, and it is being held up a little because it started to lean pretty bad. So I used or hammered in a T-post right there, and some fencing wire, and then a bit of garden hose around so the wire didn't cut into the bark of the peach. So you can see some of the leaves are a little damaged. That was from the late frost that nipped a lot of these trees, but it's bounced back, doing good. So none of these trees were here when we started. It just looked like this, just open field. So that's the peach. Then next to that, so I've also been sheep mulching with leaf bags. So I go and collect leaf bags in the fall for the chickens, and then use the bags to sheet mulch, and then wood chips on top of that. And then here is a thornless blackberry. I believe it's black satin is the name of the cultivar. So it's covered in a cage, or a lot of them are, because the deer and rabbit like to nibble on them. So I don't know if you can notice down on the bark here on the peach. So there's a rabbit that was eating it a bit, and so I put a bit of chicken wire around it to keep them from girdling the tree. And they were also eating this blackberry pretty bad. And this cage won't keep rabbits out, actually. But it does keep the deer out. So it's a blackberry, thornless, and so you can see some berries starting down here, just starting to turn color. Some more back there. And all these other trees that are in here, I'll talk about those in a minute. This is an apple tree. It's a Royal Gala, and it's doing not too bad. Same problem, it was getting chewed on the bottom, girdled by rabbits. It's doing better now. And then going around the back here, we have, hidden in the shade almost now, another blackberry, thornless, same variety. You can see the berries right there. And then coming over onto this corner is another peach, and that is Red Haven, I believe, is the name of the cultivar for this one. And it unfortunately has something going on with the sap, so it's got some kind of disease, so hopefully it bounces back. But if you notice, there's some kind of sappy stuff coming out. It's kind of sticky. You can also notice it on some of the other nodes here. So this tree got really hammered by the frost. You can see some old damaged growth. What could have been peaches, the little blossoms that started to come out that get hammered by the frost. So hopefully this, whatever it is, isn't gonna permanently damage it. But so that's the other peach. So a couple peaches. And then we have a gooseberry, which is looking extremely sad right now because for the second year in a row it's gotten hammered by currant worms. I don't think I can see any on it right now. So it's basically the skeleton of the bush. It was gorgeous and big and green earlier, but then the currant worms come and hit it pretty bad. I was trying to pick off the currant worms and was counting. At one point I had reached over 400 and giving them to the chickens, but then got busy with other things and they took over. So have to wait till next year for this to bounce back again. Maybe bring the chickens out here to scratch around, because apparently it's a sawfly, and it overwinters in the ground underneath. So maybe with some chickens, I read something about with the chickens they can scratch it up and get the worms out, but I'll have to wait and see. So that's the gooseberry out here. I can't remember the variety of that one. This dead tree was a cherry. So it died in the first year. We'll pass by that as a failure. And then here is a black currant looking very healthy now. I don't know if you can see some of the little berries under there. But it got hit pretty bad. I didn't have a cage around it because I didn't think rabbits or deer like currants, but somebody did and hit it pretty hard last year. I didn't think it was going to survive, but now it's looking very healthy. Very happy. Variety I think is Ben Nevis, if I remember correctly. So that's it for in this little section. So we'll go around. So there's the first peach again. So I should go slowly here. And then over here is our sole surviving cherry tree. So we got 2 cherries, 2 apples, and 2 peaches. 1 cherry died. This one's doing okay, although it's getting hit pretty bad by aphids up top. So wherever these leaves are curling, it's aphids. So I come out here and spray with some soap and water, and that seems to help. And yeah, I did that for a little while. It helped, and then again I got busy with other things and they came back. So constant battle with the buggies out here. That's the cherry, and I can't remember what variety this one is. I don't think the tag's still on it. I think it was Bing or Stella. And then the last one, kind of out on its own, because we were going to extend the orchard, is another apple. It's looking a little rough. I can't remember the variety of this one, but it's kind of covered now. But the base of it, it got girdled pretty bad. Well, actually, you can kind of see. Let's see if I can get through the wire here. Right down in there, you can see the bark peeled off. So, again, fighting against rabbits, deer, aphids, kind of disease. So anyways, let's get back to one of the coolest aspects of this is I wanted some nitrogen fixing plants out here, some nitrogen fixing trees, so I actually bought some honey locust seeds. But then something kind of weird and magical happened is these little trees started popping up when I cut the grass, and so all those trees, these really nice, big, gorgeous green trees, are all black locust. So they're all fixed nitrogen. They just happen to pop up in the orchard, which is just weird. They don't pop up anywhere else. It's just where I put these trees in and I wanted nitrogen fixers, and sure enough they pop up. So what I think is that that's a big black locust right there. Well, no, actually that's a maple, silver maple I think. And so that's black locust, and there's a bit of black locust tucked in there, and I think they sucker and spread by rhizomes. So either these are seeds or most likely suckers or rhizomes traveling out here. Regardless, is filling out the forest nicely. They fix nitrogen. And the other very cool thing is they have these, well, maybe not cool from one perspective, but they have these spikes on them. Let's see if we can get a good picture of them. Super sharp spikes on them, which is annoying at first, but then I realized that if I cut them, I do have to prune the branches because they're growing like crazy. If I cut them and lay them down on the ground, what I'm hoping is that they'll be too spiky for the rabbits to get in here and chew on the fruit trees. So I'm going to try that for a while. I just keep on pruning and cutting branches and dropping these, so hopefully it's too spiky for the rabbits to get in there and step around. Maybe that'll help the trees from getting girdled. But yeah, that is just incredible that these trees just showed up without me planting them, and it's kind of what I wanted. I mean, I know black locust is invasive, considered invasive, but I like having them here. great wood as well, apparently, rot resistant. But these appeared in the ground last year, so they have grown, like this one right here. Let's see if I can get back here. Just making this feel like a forest almost already. This one right here is gotta be, I'd say, 8 feet tall now. That's 8 feet of growth in a little over a year. Gorgeous trees. So providing awesome chop and drop, and the chop and drop is protection for some of these trees. Also fixing nitrogen, and the birds have somewhere to land. So anyways, we're at 10 minutes, 11 minutes now. That's good enough. That is the orchard. Future food forest on the run. Growing quickly.